Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and happy Thursday. I'm not in today as my son is sick, so I'll be staying home with him and giving you the instructions and expectations from this video. So, yesterday you should have completed your paper shoe sculpture, photographed it, completed your reflection questions, and then finally turned in the final document into Google Classroom. If you're not done with that, you can finish that up right now in class and then transition to the activities that we're talking about today afterwards. Today, we're going to be starting our clay mug sculpture. We're going to be opening the 4A clay mug practice document in Google Classroom. We're going to review the criteria and the steps right now, and you'll be independently working on all the questions on pages 1 and 2 in the practice document. So, as I've mentioned, we're going to be starting our clay mug design. It's a ceramic vessel, and it's going to be your job to create a clay mug. The criteria: you're going to create a functional clay mug for another person. The criteria: the mug must be designed for the unique qualities and interests of a specific individual that you have an interpersonal relationship with, such as a friend, family member, or influential adult in your life. Mug must be able to be drank out of and include a handle. We're going to be using clay and glaze. What we're going to be doing to start is answering 3 questions that are found in the practice document. The practice document looks like this, and you'll notice that questions 1, 2, or 3 are on page number 1 that mimic this slideshow here. So you're going to be writing a written response for the purpose of a mug, how a mug design can be influenced by what goes in it, and how a mug design can be influenced by who uses it. So question number 1, what's the purpose of a mug? Define it in your own words. What is the definition or purpose of a mug? Question 2, how can a mug design be influenced by what goes in it? In other words, are all mugs exactly the same, or are they shaped differently depending on the fluids that go in them? List all the different types of mugs or containers that hold liquid. 3, how can a mug design be influenced by who uses it? In other words, I'm talking about the aesthetics, not the function. So, why would you like a certain mug versus another person? Could it be influenced by the elements of art? Think about what the elements of art are. Or maybe why one person might want a mug because of what it looks like versus another person. I can use this slideshow as a guide. Once you've done your best to answer questions 1, 2, and 3, you are next going to be answering questions 4 through 8. Okay? So you can see that question number 2 or 8 spills over into page 2. For the second part of question or page 1, you're going to be completing some interview questions. Answer each question from the perspective of the target audience. The target audience is the person you're designing a mug for. Again, it can be a family, friend, or influential adult in your life. It's up to you. The person does not have to be in this room with you in class. The person has to be someone that you know a lot about because you have to be able to answer the questions from their perspective. If you don't know the answer, please interview this specific person as soon as possible. So that means when you go home tonight, you can give them a call, you can text them, you can email them, or you can ask them in person. If you do not have access to the target audience, please choose another individual. So there are several different questions or kind of themes that you're going to be talking about for the particular individual. And then once you have answered those questions, you're going to be placing an image from the internet, from your Google searches, into this as a reference to draw later on. So let's look at these different questions. All right, so question number 4, favorite school appropriate beverage. So the individual, do they like coffee? Do they like pop? Do they like sparkling water? Do they like apple juice? So whatever they like, write that down here, and then write down if they're left or right-handed. Next, passions, interests, career, and school. So think about the things that they enjoy the most. Is it maybe a belief system or religion? Is it maybe um, uh, it's there's a lot of different passions or interests, or you could also focus on career or school. So they have a particular job or occupation that you want to list. Is there a particular school that they went to or currently going to? And then number six, sports, games, hobbies, and activities. Sometimes passions and interests intersect with this. That's why I hesitated initially. So again, if you just have career or school here, great. Sports, games, hobbies, activities. So they could be a sport that they used to play, a sport that they currently play, or maybe their favorite sports teams. Those are the different options. And then hobbies and activities. And then favorite animals, seasons, and locations. The favorite seasons and or sorry, the favorite locations could be a place that they have visited or have not visited. It's up to you. And then question 8, favorite books, movies, shows, video games, and music. Those are pretty self-explanatory. Now, if you don't know one of these, um, like let's say you can't come up with one, two, three, four, five. You can't come up with all five. That's fine. We're just trying to generate as many ideas as possible. We should probably have two to maybe three for each of these responses. So if you have like five here and then two for the rest of that, that's fine. That is completely fine. Now, once you have these written responses down, then you're going to Google search different images that represent that. So let's say your person you are doing your mug for attended a certain college, and let's say that was Luther College. If I type in Luther College and then go to images, I'm going to see a lot of pictures of Luther College. This picture, and this picture might be kind of hard to use as a reference for your mug. Instead, we might want like the logo. Okay. Then you can right click or hold control, come up to here, and we can copy the image, and we can paste it into here. Okay. And now that's in there like such, and that can be referenced later on in the activity. Now, when you're working, work smarter, not harder. I want you to really think about kind of logos or simple ideas, not super detailed, because you're going to be using this later on when you are working on designing your mug, and include features and details like this. So again, here's my Luther College example and the different things. Okay, so we're trying to think of just kind of simple ideas for this here. So to review, your expectations are to complete questions 1 through 3, and then complete questions 4 through 8, which spills over into page 2. Work hard, have fun, and be creative.